Hello, dear ones. So, I got some nice, interesting messages, comments underneath the last video. People giving me advice, and people informing me, letting me know what they've been through when they had to take care of the elderly narcissistic parent, what went through in the family. I can understand all of that. Unfortunately, yes, you go through these phases. You have to go through this. I mean, if you end up being the only one taking care of them, it's obvious that the reasons can only be either because you're close to them, like a big family, let's say, okay, and one child ends up taking care of the narcissist, the elderly narcissist. So the others have the excuse that they're either far away, or they have the excuse that they are very busy, they have a very busy life. But they will also make you feel like that you are stronger and you can cope with it, you know. And this is something that we don't realize that we take on ourselves. This begins at an earlier age. You are considered and treated like you are the strongest one, that you can deal with it, you know, you can handle it. You're there because you made that choice because you can handle it. I decide not to come because not to take care of them because I have too much on my head. I have too many problems. I have a very busy life. You know, when you get these kind of excuses, you don't argue with them. You even defend them. Actually, you get to the point where you defend the others, your siblings, your brothers and sisters, or whatever, or your aunts, or whoever should also consider, you know, help out in this situation. And you do take that role really easily. I mean, I took that role, and I like the fact that I am stronger and I can deal with it, you know. And then you start protecting the others, you know. And like I did that with my sister quite a lot in the past years. I was keeping her out of things that I was going through to protect her. I was afraid that she would not be able to handle it, that it would drive her mad, that it would mess up her life, or would create turbulence in her life, or upset her, or, you know, many reasons. I always found a good reason not to share with her some things that I thought she would not be able to handle. The problem is that when you do that, you know, you keep them out of many things and you take it upon yourself, and you say, you know, I'm okay with it, you know, I can separate my anxiety or whatever it will create in me next day, you know, and it's not going to take me 10 days to get over it, or however much it takes the other person to get over it. You kind of are manipulated into becoming the carer, and we don't realize that it's happening, and maybe also the others don't realize that they're doing it. Really, it's like they have to think about it and say, oh my god, I am kind of pulling myself out of the whole, you know, problem, and I am guilt tripping with what I said. And is it putting weight on them? Is it they don't ask themselves these questions because they don't want to deal with it completely, so they don't even deal with the consequences that all this has on you, you know. For example, when I got my mother out of the clinic, and I'm really only making this video to make people understand that this happens too. It's not like I'm putting the blame on my sister for doing that, or for saying that, or whatever. But it will happen, and we are the ones who have to protect ourselves, and we have to be able to answer. So when I got my mother out of the clinic, and we were trying to have her, yes, yes, whatever you say, kind of, just to keep it calm, because we could not afford, my husband and I, we could not afford to to be played around in, with our feelings and our thoughts, and consume ourselves in this situation more than we did. Practically, it's easy. Practically, you do your job and you're gone, but it's psychological, that, the psychological part of all that of this communication, that drives you mad, and then you can't concentrate on your work. And when you're going through a period where you really have to concentrate and and be there, focused on your work, you cannot afford. So what you do, you just keep things calm, and keep them calm, keep the narcissist calm, so they don't have the need to start playing those games with your mind. And it was all fine until for about 20 days, I don't know. my my sister didn't make one phone call after she left in May to see how we were doing, how we were dealing with things and all that. I even protected her from the fact from the fact that I had to go to the police with my husband. We both had to sign for that paper for her to go in the governmental clinic, let's say. Okay, I didn't share all that with her. Well, I was not speaking with her. She didn't phone. She didn't answer my phone calls. And so there was no really real contact. There was no interest. So I went all through all this on my own. And I didn't pass on the negativity, what was happening, the problems and all that. At one point, after my mother was out, she called her. And my sister just blew up at her, let's say, because my mother made a very hypocritical comment, like, and you're such a beautiful couple, and, you have lovely kids and all that. And this hypocrisy can really get to you. It's mostly the hypocrisy in these people that get to you. And my sister just blew up at her, and she told her, what? You don't really care about us. You never cared about your grandchildren. You never cared about us. So, what is this game you're playing? But all that screaming and, don't ever call me again. I don't want to have anything to do with you. Blamed her for everything that was happening to her and in her family and all that. And that disturbed the flatness we managed to have. We managed with my husband to have. I mean, she's here. She's on our back. All you get is a phone call. Try and be at least calm about it. Don't aggravate the situation. Don't make her more angry, because it's not you who's gonna answer. All you have to do is answer or not answer phone. You have the choice. We don't have the choice. We're here. So she didn't really think, by aggravating this woman, who is going to pay for that? If I say something that's going to get her angry and upset or whatever, who is the one around her who's going to pay for that? It's me. But this she didn't think about. So it didn't go through her head that this was going to happen. So being outside of the game, it's easy, They don't feel guilty. They don't feel, well, they do feel guilty sometimes, because this is where the guilt comes from their side. So they feel guilty that they're not doing enough, So they wouldn't, if people around them didn't tell them, oh, fuck, your sister is going through hell, she's going through a lot. I admire her for what she's going through. Or, it's not easy for her, you should be supportive or whatever. So when they hear things like that, they start feeling guilty. And they don't feel really bad about you going through that, but they don't like it that people are seeing that there's one that's giving so much more of themselves, And so she tried to make me on one phone call. You promise you were not going to take care of her. You promised that you were not going to go there. You promised this. You promised that. And I'm like, so easy to say, it's like I could promise you that I want to kill her, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna kill her, for crying out loud. I can promise that a promise. It's not a promise. I can say when I'm angry. Oh, now she's done. I'm done. I'm done. She's gonna stay there on her own, and she can die. These are big words that we say when we're angry, when we've got enough. But how long does these words last for? After one day, you feel like, oh my God, and does she have to eat? Is she taking her medication? What is she doing all day? Is she alone all day? If you're a human being, you feel about these things. So there's no possibility, to go through with these words that you use when you're angry about it. And so we had a phone call, and she was like, you're taking care of her again, and you're running all the time there, and you're answering the phone. Yes, I am. Who else is going to do it, for crying out loud? And so it's a very difficult situation when you have other siblings. And the funny thing is that it's always like that. There's one taking care of the parents, and then when they come, when they die, suddenly we're all equal. Let's share what's left. Let's share the house, let's share this. We're equal suddenly. No, we're not equal. We never were equal. Because if we were equal, you would be here too. And if you can't be here because you're on the other side of the world or whatever, in America or whatever. Do you ever hear somebody say, what, I'll come, this year, instead of going on holiday there, and I will come and stay for 2 weeks. Who's asking for more? Yeah, I will come and stay with mom or dad or whoever, for 2 weeks, so you can go off a little bit. You can have a break, take your family, go with your husband, have some special time, just you. No problems, no nothing. Keep your phones at home and disappear, and I will take care of. I will be responsible in your place for a little while, just so you have a break. You never hear that. And this is such an easy thing. And in my situation, I feel that too, and I get frustrated, and sometimes I'm angry, and I'm saying, fuck, yeah, I am putting up with all this. And, it's not enough that I've never been offered to, to, to be replaced, just for a little break. Just even 1 week would be a break, but you never get that. Meanwhile, they have the time to go on holiday like 4 or 5 times. And you're like, fuck, I'm thinking about going on holiday with my family this year. I haven't been for so many years. And this year I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, and who's going to take care of her when I leave? What if she falls and I have to cut my holidays in half because I will have to run back?